everyone. Welcome to the video lecture. In the last video lecture, we have learned about the canonical forms. In a Boolean algebra, we have learned about the canonical forms, where the canonical forms having the two different types. One is a mean term and another one is a max term. In the last video lecture, I have taught you about the mean terms, but some of your friends and all the students, maximum of the students are telling that we are unable to understand this mean terms. So for that purpose, I am telling this teaching this mean terms topic again in this video. So first of all, mean terms. What do you mean by mean terms? In a Boolean algebra, we will work with mainly the Boolean expressions. Only about the Boolean expressions we are working with. So that Boolean expressions is, I have told you that Boolean expression is nothing but a combination of logical variables as well as logical operators, where the different types of logical operators and the logical variables will be consisted of only binary values 1 and 0. Now these Boolean expressions can be represented using the different canonical forms. That canonical forms is nothing but the representation of a Boolean expressions is nothing but a canonical forms. Again, we are getting here. Here, these Boolean expressions can be represented in different canonical forms. And to understand the canonical forms, we need two terms to be remembered always. That is, one is a mean term and another one is a max term. Where you know about logical variables and logical operators. If you know that logical variables and logical operators, and you can easily understand the mean terms and max terms. First of all, the mean terms is nothing but the products of all variables, all logical variables. This is nothing but a product of logical variables. And when you come with the topics, mean terms and max terms or also canonical form, this logical variable will be replaced with the word literals, so that we can tell that the mean term is nothing but a product of literals in the system. Mean term is nothing but a product of all the literals available in the expression, or else simply you can tell that as a system. System here represent you the expression. Here the mean terms is nothing but a product of all the literals in the system, and this system represents you the expression, Boolean expression. And then when you say take any one of a Boolean expression, for example x complement, just I am telling you one example here, plus x into y complement. This is a one Boolean expression, and this is also said as a system. We used to say that as a system. Then with reference to this equation, let us talk, or else let us discuss about the mean terms. Mean terms in the sense, I have told you that nothing but a product of all literals in the system. Product of all literals in the system. And this one term and this term is said to be mean term if it is having all the literals in that term. So let us see, this system contains two different types of variables, or also two different types of literals. Let x and y be the two different literals of this system. Then don't observe these complements or non-complements. It is said to be product of literals, either the complemented variables or else non-complemented variables. And this x and x complement both said to be single variable. Y and y complement again said to be single variable. It is not different. Okay, now when you talk about a product of literals, all the literals available in the system, it is said to be this y and y complement, x and x complement is one literal or else one logical variable. So then when you see this first term x complement, we can say it is not in the mean term form, because it is not a product of all the literals available in the are x and y, and but here we have the term only x complement. So this is absolutely not a mean term. Next, go to the second term. It is having x and y complement. X and y complement in the sense I have said you y and y complement is same. That is one thing we used to say. This is the one logical variable, either y or else y complement. So available literals, different literals of x and y, and here we have a x and y. We got the mean term. This is said to be a mean term. Mean term is nothing but a product of all literals. Here, when you come to the canonical forms, when you talk about or else discussing about the canonical forms, we should have to remember the mean term and max term. First one, mean term. Have you understood this one? With the example, I have shown you the mean term definition as well as the examples of mean term. And here in this system, we have the different types, that is x and y. Here this term is not a mean term and this term is a one mean term. And max term, coming to the max term, this is sum of all literals. Sum of all literals in the system, where mean term is a product of all literals and max term is a sum of all literals. So coming to the max terms in the sense, when we there is a need to represent the Boolean expressions using the max terms canonical form of a max terms, you should be convert the given system terms into the sum of all literals. So let us take up as the same. I have said you the mean terms, max terms also same. The difference in the mean term and max term is this is sum of all literals and this is a product of all literals. Where take an example of a one system. I will say x plus y complement into y complement plus z. Let us take this example as a system or a Boolean expression. You can call it as either a system or it's a Boolean expression. Here in this system, throughout overall the system, we have the three different literals. Let us say, will you say what are all the literals in the different literals in the system? Yes, there are three different literals in the system. One is a x, y and z. Just you have to look at the different literals. Don't consider the either it is a complemented or non-complemented. And complemented, non-complemented both will be counted as a single variable or a single literal or single logical variable. Then here x plus y complement is there. One of the term in that system is a x plus y complement. But the available different types of different number of logical variables will be x, y and z. Three variables are there. So here z is missing. In this term z is missing. So this is not a max term. And coming to the next one, here in this term we have two different types of literals. One is y complement and a z. So here also missing a variable or a logical variable x. So these two are not examples for max term. Yes, these two are not examples for max term. Then I will give you the one example for max term, that is according to this system. I will give you the one of the example x plus y complement plus z complement. If you want, you can write a different types of max terms according to the input values. Input values, you know how to create the table for three different variables. That is 2 to the power of 3, 8. Totally 8 different types of combinations you will get for three variables. For three variables, you will get the 8 different kinds of input values. So try it once. This one, these are all called as the max terms and mean terms, and different types of max terms and mean terms for three variable. I will tell you through the one table. You have the table, and through that table you can get the what are all the different max terms and mean terms for three variables. Let us see. Yes, you can observe at the board. This is the table I have written for the different types of mean terms. And before going to the explaining this table for mean terms, I have to tell you the one keynote. Keynote. What is that keynote in the sense? When you gone through the mean terms in representing the Boolean expressions, when you going to represent the Boolean expressions using the mean terms format, then at that time you need to remember one thing, that the mean term will be represents a value x when it is having the value 1, and represents the x complement when it is having the value 0. Remember the representation once again. I will tell you that about that one. When the variable having the value 0, when the variable having the value 0, either it is x, y or z, at that time you need to represent that variable using the complement. Either it is a x, either it is a y, either it is a z. You need to represent that by complement. When the variable having the value 1 or a high or a 2, you need to represent it by non-complemented value, that is x, like x, or a y or a z. And this is the mean term table for 3 variables. For 3 input values, this is the mean term table, where I have written the possible input values to the table, for example x, y and z. And you know how to write this table using the notation 2 to the power of n, where n represents the number of input values and number of input variables here is a 3. So 2 to the power of 3, you will get a 8, 3 cube is a 8, where the possible combination of inputs will be 8 for 3 inputs. You can observe here, I have written 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is the common notation, input notation. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 and 0, 1, 0, 1 alternative for z value. So then I have told you this notation, that is non-complemented and a complemented representation. For 0 you have the complemented representation, for non-zero values you have a non-complemented representation, that is non-zero in the sense nothing but a 1 only, because we are working with a binary number system, where binary number system having only 2 variables, 2 values 1 and 0. So that is 1. And here x is value having the value 0, y is having the value 0, z is having the value 0. So 3 variables having each variable having value 0. So 3 variables should be represented in the complemented form, that is x complement, y complement and z complement. You can ask the one doubt, because what is that doubt in the sense, sir, why we have written this using the dot or else a dot notation? Because I have told you that is mean terms is nothing but a product of all literals, and that product is nothing but a like this only you have to write. That is the one thing. And then for next input value 0, 0, 1, x is having value 0, y is value 0 and z is having a value 1. So x and y should be written as complemented variables and z will be non-complement absolutely, that is x complement, y complement and z. And for different variables, other 6 variables are 6 input values are there. For them just you can observe the mean terms notation, and if you still having any doubt about this table in the sense, you can ask me again to the WhatsApp. So don't miss to observe this table. Actually this is a one main thing. 2 tables are there, you can come with the 2 tables. One is a mean term notation table and another one is a max term notation table. If you are be perfect and be thorough with these 2 tables in the sense, you can easily understand the canonical forms and representation of a Boolean algebra, Boolean expressions using the mean terms and max terms. You can easily solve every problem regarding this one. So don't miss to observe this one and practice through in a WhatsApp. You can just ask the any questions or doubts if you have it. And after that, some of the scientists or mathematicians thought that this representation x complement, y complement and z complement somewhat lengthy. They thought representation of this one is somewhat lengthy, so that they gone for a shortened notation. So shortened notation, in the shortened notation they have given the value for a small m, value for a small m, and each variable or each mean term having the some shortened notation. That one based on the conversion. What is the conversion in the sense? From binary to decimal. Based on this binary to decimal conversion, and I hope you know that binary to decimal conversion I have taught in a last year. I hope you can remember that one, and I will tell you the one example. For example, if you are having the binary value 0, 1, 0, then how to convert it to the decimal in the sense? Just make a powers and multiply. What is that? 0, 1, 2. Make a powers like this. Here you have the three variables, so I have given 0, 1, 2. If you have the more 0 and 1s, you can just extend them. Here equal to 0 into 2 to the power of 2 plus 1 into 2 to the power of 1 plus 0 into 2 to the power of 0. That means 0 into anything is 0 plus 0 into 1 into 2 is 2 plus 0 into 0 is anything. So you will get a 2. So here for 0, 1, 0 combinations you will get the value 2. So 0, 1, 0, that is the third input. We have got the decimal value 2. So finally it is represented as a M2. This is represented as a M2, and M is a small m, and this is a subscript written below the m. Small m with a subscript 2. You got the shortened notation for the mean term. So for every mean term you have the shortened notation. Totally 8 mean terms you will get. M0 for 3 input values only you will get a totally 8 mean terms. Starts with the M0 and ends with the M7. Just observe here, it is a M7. This representation for this subscript 0, 1, 2, 3 is nothing but a conversion from binary to decimal. Decimal to binary conversion, you will get this subscript. This is the table values regarding to the mean terms, and you will have to be perfect and be thorough about this one, and just observe the mean term, shortened notation for mean term, and try to remember every mean term, shortened notation and mean term form. You have to remember. Okay na? Just next we will go to the next one, max term table. Yes, here you can observe the table for max term notation. This is another one form, canonical form, max term notation, where in the mean term notation I have told you the one key note, that is all the variables which are having the value 0 will be represented as a complement form, and all the values variables which are having the value 1 will be represented in the non-complemented form. Here in the max term it is different. That is how, in the sense, all the variables having the value 0 will be represented as a non-complemented form. That is a full form, x, y, z, like that. If it is the variable having the value 1, in the sense, this will be represented as reverse, that is a complemented form. This is one. For this example, if the value of the variable is 0, in the sense, non-complemented form, that is 0, non-complemented form. If it is value of a variable is a 1, complemented form. This is the one thing. Okay now? And similarity between the max term and mean term, one is a subscript. Subscript is a similarity, that is binary to decimal conversion. Subscript is a same regarding the max term and mean term. So I have told you that the max terms and the mean terms, where mean term is having the product of all literals, where mean term is nothing but a product of all literals and max term is nothing but a sum of all literals. You can observe here in the recent or a last table, that is a mean term table, we have used to represent all the literals using the multiplication or a product format. Here you can observe those are in a sum format, sum between them. That's why we used to call max term is nothing but a sum of all literals. Sum of all literals available in the system is called as a max term form. So now I have told you a keynote and will come with the max term. Now I will explain 2 or 3 terms and you can observe a third one. Next one. First, for first input 0, 0, 0. X is having the 0 value, y is having the 0 value, and z is also having the 0 value. And 0 in the sense, in the max term, we used to represent the variables with the non-complemented form. So non-complemented form x 0 x plus y is equal to 0 y plus z is equal to 0 z. That is a first max term, and conversion from 0 0 0 is converted into the decimal form. We will get a 0 value, calculate and try it in the home, so that it will be represented the m0. Can you observe any difference between a shorthand notation of a mean term and max term? Will you observe? Okay. This I hope all are observed the max term and mean term differences, representation differences, where mean term will be represented with the small m0 or m1, m2 up to m7, and where a max term will be represented using the capital M. Small m and capital M is a difference between a shorthand notation of a mean terms and max terms. That is capital M with a 0 subscript. Subscript is 0 for a first input combination, and for next second input combination is a 0 0 and 1. 0 0 1 is there. When you convert it to the decimal, you will get 0 1 2. 0 1 2. That means 0 into 2 to the power of 2 plus 0 into 2 to the power of 1 and 1 into 2 to the power of 0. Where 2 to the power of 2 is 4, 2 to the power of 1 is 2, 2 to the power of 0 is 1. So 0 0 0, 0 plus 0, that is 1 into 2 to the power of 0 is 1. Will gives you the total 1. This is conversion from binary to decimal. You must have to just learn this one before going to the notation of a shorthand notation of a mean term or max term. So 1, we come with the 1, so represented as a capital M with a subscript 1. So like that we used to represent all the max terms shorthand form, that is M2, M3, M4, M5 and M6 up to M7. This is the basic concept about a canonical form, mean term and max term. In the next class I am going to taught you about the SOP and POS. SOP and POS, and I will tell you what you mean by SOP and POS in the next class. Having curiosity is better. So I will tell you about a SOP and a POS. One thing I will use to tell you before ending this class, that is SOP in the sense this is related to the mean term. This is related to the mean term, and POS in the sense this is related to the max term. This is related to the max term, and I hope in this class we have just got the idea about mean terms and max terms. And I used to tell you one thing about mean terms and max terms. Everyone should have to write the two mean terms and max terms for the 2 input values. For the 2 input values, you have to write the mean term and max term, 2 mean terms and 2 max terms examples, and send me through the WhatsApp, and write the value, and a shorthand notation also you have to write for that related to which max term or a mean term you have written. For them you have to calculate the binary to decimal conversion, and shorthand notation also you have to write and send me to the WhatsApp. And many of them are not sending the homeworks day by day, so make it regular and send me, and go through this video and learn about the max terms and mean terms. These two mean terms and max terms are very important according to the exam pattern also. This consists of 3 marks, and you will get a compulsory question on this topic. So when you going to learn SOP and POS in the next class, you must have to know about a mean term and max term. Okay na? Thank you.